lock it in. Yeah, it's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in, yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in. Are you ready to be entertained, educated? A little stimulation for your brain. Lock it in. Are you ready to learn? Are you ready to laugh? Are you ready to love? Then lock it in, yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in, yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in, lock it in. It's the Joe Lockett Show.
What's up, everybody? 2 minutes after the hour, you guys are locked into your favorite evening ride right here on the Joe Lockett Show. How you guys doing out there? TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch. How y'all doing, man? Thank you guys for locking into the show today. It is Thirsty Thursday. We got a lot of stuff to get into. I don't think we're gonna get into none of it. I was gonna say, yeah, right now. We didn't talk about it yesterday, but today we're gonna get into it. And
yeah, we got no choice but to get into it today. It's the hot topic.
It's a hot topic, so we're gonna get into that today. But let's go ahead and say a hello to a lot of our listeners out here.
Yeah, go ahead and do the roll call. Hey, if you're tuning in on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch, you know what to do. Hit that like button down in the chat and let us know where you coming in from. And it doesn't hurt to share.
As if share is the key. What's up, Mom? What's up, Elisa? It is what it is. What's going on? What's up, Red?
That's their name?
Mm-hmm.
Their name is what it is? Oh, she with the smoke.
What's up, Angela?
What's up, she or he is with the smoke.
What's up, Tree? Exactly. What's up, Tanya? What's up, Latria? What's up, Bunty? What's D Farrell? Ralph? What's up? What's up, Chris?
Ralph.
Hey, Shar. What's up, Kenneth? What's up, Feather? Kimberly, Yolanda, AJ Mall, Flash. How y'all doing?
You know who I ain't heard from in a minute?
Who that?
6'4".
Yeah, 6'4" is different. I think somebody else got his account.
6'4" been changed. He a changed man now.
Hey, Tanya from Arizona, how you doing, baby? Lady J in the house, how you doing? Lady J say, hey, nephew. Shar is in the building. What's up, Vanessa? How you doing? Thanks, everybody, for locking in. Hey, do me a quick favor. Hit the like button and hit the share button out there. We haven't getting a lot of shares out there, so hit that share button out there, y'all. We appreciate you guys. Tams with the Yams is in the building. I think I just seen Tams. What's that, Tams?
Tennessee out here.
I think I just seen Tams. Thank you guys for locking in so much. Alethea, Jane, Greg, how's it going? I appreciate you guys locking in. Tanya Thomas, how you doing, baby girl? Thanks so much for liking the live. What's going on, Donna? Man, we got so much to get into. Good. Hello, everybody. Yeah, Tams, I see. Okay, that was her. Okay, Tams, how you doing, baby girl? Well, I think we about to get in trouble depending on what side of this debate that a lot of people on the internet is talking about. I got topics, but I don't think we're going to get into topics today. I really don't think we're going to get into it. For whatever reason, I don't think it's going to make it there because the internet, every time I get on the internet, I've been busy today, but every time I'm able to get on the internet and check my social media, it's popping up. It's just popping up everywhere. It's on TikTok, it's on Facebook, it's on YouTube. And we're going to be talking about it here in a few minutes. But how's it going with the weather you are? Because today it was pretty, I guess it was chill outside today.
Yeah. My bad about that. I don't know what happened. It kind of just bugged out. But yeah, it was pretty chill.
You were getting everything together.
Yeah, real quick. I think pass this time. I ain't going to lie. I think, woo.
Toki Doki, Ohio, gozaimasu. You know, it's good.
Swoop with it, boy.
What is it? The bear? We're gonna be talking about it, Darlene. All right, man. We've been teasing around with it, y'all. Let's get into it. Like I said, I don't think we're gonna get off this topic today.
I don't either.
So, nephew, hey, y'all know what time it is, man. Always around about this time at the beginning of the show before we get into the show. Y'all know what we do. We do Cliffside Entertainment News.
Alrighty, with that being said.
So we'll go on with our live entertainment. Without further ado, here they are.
It's cliffhanger.
Love it. I just love it. I just love it.
All righty. First off with the news, we're gonna ease into our main subject. All right. But I got a lot of reading.
Yeah.
I got a lot of reading today. So if I fumble on some words, just like it, bro. I get what you're saying. First things first, we got some folks with some issues. So let's get the issues out the way.
All right, let's get it.
Neo. Neo is first on the docket with the issues. What's been going around lately? I don't know if you've seen the live firsthand like I did with me following Neo, but well, Neo and his counterparts. You know, Neo, he's practicing that poly. Or at least it seems like it, because we've been seeing him lately with at least 2 girls on the side, one on the left, one on the right, to hold each hand.
Oh, I thought it was security guards, but go ahead.
You thought it was security guards? You crazy. You crazy with that. But great, beautiful women. And it seems, I'm guessing, because I don't know if this is even one of the ones that I've seen him with of late. I'm sure their listeners will correct me on that. But lady by the name of Sade, I have been hearing about her. She made some pretty big accusations on her live while he was right there. You know how most women around my age do, to put the dude on blast. You gonna kind of put him on blast and voice out everything.
She robbing Givens him.
Oh, she robbing and she gave not an inch less. She went in. She said he was into some something along the lines of kids, where he's kind of conducting his house along the lines of a P. Diddy. Huge accusations, by the way. Freak offs and other means. Hey, the video out there, I would encourage you to play it yourself. I'm not gonna play it here. But yeah, and it just turned into a whole caption war, because that's what most people are doing nowadays. Instead of just heading to Twitter, if you're on Instagram with the mess, you might as well caption your story off.
Okay.
Yeah, bruh, I'm not finna read all this crap.
Yeah.
I'm not finna do it. I just know it's getting nasty. And look, I asked this. What's your thoughts on that before I go in?
Yeah.
Just keep it going. Just keep it going. Hey, man.
Because when you're dealing with that celebrity level and the women that you bring in, you've heard me say this 1,000 times, bro.
A lot. I know exactly where you're going to.
Right. Is these women get with you, right? And they want to be with you because of who you are and, you know, what you can give them, and, you know, just you're a star. And in the beginning, you may be shocked about what you see, right? And then some way, somehow, you continue to stay with this guy, right? And you never leave. Now, I don't know why these women stay. I don't know what kind of captive money that these guys got to make these women stay all this time, right? Or, you know, you get into a situation and then, you know, they get you in a situation where you sort of, if you leave, you're doomed. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. I don't know how that all plays out. This is what I would tell future women when you're dealing with celebrities, right? Don't. Because when you're dealing with people with a certain amount of money and they got access to almost anything that they want.
Yeah.
Okay.
They able to do pretty much what they want.
Ladies, I'm going to tell y'all, if you ain't ready to deal with that kind of man, don't put yourself in that position, because the dudes you've been dealing with and what this man want to do or what he's going to do in front of you or with other people, right? 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be the only woman. Okay. And he don't care whether you stay or whether you leave. That's going to be totally up to you. So again, I would warn women, real talk, young and older, bro, don't deal with these guys.
That's another thing she was kind of hitting out. Now that you said stay and leave, because he did call the police asking for her to leave. And she claimed that he slammed her on the floor. So she was hinting at some type of domestic violence.
But
type
you
of
know,
thing.
a lot of times, bro, when
But-
you thinking that you're supposed to be the main woman, and you see your man out there doing some other stuff in front of you, he don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm that dude, right? So you can take it or leave it, you can go or come. I don't care. But if you start to interrupt what I'm doing, I'm going to have you removed. Now you're disgruntled.
Yep.
And I'm not taking up for these dudes. I'm not. But what I'm telling you is, people with money operate at a different level. Their party is a different party. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be prepared for that.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, Rachel.
Alrighty then. That was just one of the situations and folks with situations. Let's continue. Another person with some situations that this is fairly recent and breaking. Jeezy. Oh my God. So first things first, there's been some extra stuff to come out in some very detailed incidents that Miss Jeannie Ma has released in the court documents.
I don't even want to know, man, because people going through a divorce. I don't want to know. Don't tell me.
I got to. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
The accusations are about domestic violence.
Oh,
yeah, I know, bro. And look, like I said, I'm not finna read all of this because they have it in detail, in odd details. And it go for about a few pages.
Okay, can I ask this question, nephew? Ladies and gentlemen, I need to ask. Okay, so if you're going through a divorce, is these details necessary? I'm not saying that Jeannie Ma did not go suffer domestic violence at the hands of Jeezy.
Yeah,
all this stuff is alleged. I'm not saying this, but
everything is alleged. Let's keep in mind.
But I'm saying in perspective in general, right? You out in public saying everything is great. When things are not going your way in the divorce, now you want to bring up old stuff. And I'm not trying to make fun of this. I'm just being really honest, right? If you're going through some of your marriage, you're going through some of your marriage. But don't be out there on Front Street saying everything is great when everything is not great. But if you don't get what you want, or you're mad because your husband divorced you or your wife divorced you, now you want to trash them in the media. That's the thing I got a problem with myself personally. You know what I'm saying? Because I went through that, and when I went through my divorce, and you know, there were some things that was being salacious things that was being said about me that was very untrue. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting here like, where the hell did this come in? And what? Right? I'm being told things that's being little seeds being planted out there, you know, just in case this thing goes to court, right? There was gonna be accusations against me. And bruh, nephew, all of it was 100% a lie. 100% a lie. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting here like, where's this coming from? And sometimes, man, women do these things to men, right? To get what they want. It don't have to be true. And this is why I get really upset when you're going through a divorce, whether for the man or the woman, right? A woman can say something about a man and it's not true, but it still be true to
the public.
You see what I'm saying? And now you're scarred with that for the rest of your life. And it was a damn lie, but she did that for jockeying for position so she can get what she want when y'all go to court. And that's BS to me. You're ruining my reputation, or you women go ahead and ruin men's reputation because of an accusation. And that's foul, bro.
And the crazy part about it is, and you absolutely right. Crazy part about it is, let's say they prove it's false.
Yeah,
that will never change how you review,
bro. And she's not gonna go back and say I lied, or you know,
period.
You know, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So now you're that dude, right? For the dudes that's doing this stuff, shame on you. You should be penalized. But for the women that's going there to do this, to get the kids or get more alimony or get this here or trying to get something, man, you're wrong for that. You're wrong for that.
Well, Jeezy kept it quick. He released on one of his stories or a statement from him personally. He said the accusations are not only false, but also deeply disturbing, especially coming from someone I loved. Right? This malicious attempt to tarnish my character and disrupt my family is ridiculous. It's disheartening to witness and manipulation and decent at play. And at this time, my main concern is being an active father to our daughter as I continue to fight for I continue to fight for her. I think that's what he meant in court. court mandated joint custody. Rest assured, the truth will prevail through the proper legal channels. And then he put, y'all know me, #integrity. Yeah. I didn't see this coming from her end just because of how you said they've been conducting it.
Yeah.
Like even on little stuff that will come out here or there, maybe I would hear some type of petty stuff, but that's a divorce. It's gonna get petty. I didn't expect it to have been domestic in any type of way.
Yeah.
So I really don't know what to do. Like I said, the internet, how they do it, you need to believe until
Proven guilty.
Yeah, no, not even proven guilty. You just need to believe, period. And it puts me in a tricky light because I've seen so many folks, just like how you said, weaponize that and be blatantly wrong and never get accountable. So now you got a lot of dudes that would normally have spoken up in an instance like this. Very, very, very quiet.
And this is what I'm gonna say to the
and
dudes.
For the ones that deserve it, that's unfair.
Very unfair.
That's unfair for the ones that deserve a voice in their corner if they've really been going through something domestic. So that's why I kind of just be quiet to see how this go.
And you know, I'm gonna say this for dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? I said something about the women, you know, fellas. You gotta be careful who you marry, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful who you let behind the iron curtain, right? You know, that you got going on in your life. Because what look good for you may not be good for you, man. Because some of these women, bro, they good when you are up, right? And everything is going well. But if something don't go well and they don't get their way, or they see some other woman coming into your life or whatever you may have been doing, bro, they gonna go out there and they gonna slam you. And that make it bad for other women. But I'm just saying, bro, even me, you know me, bro, I am very protective at this point about what I do. I ain't on that level, but my star is rising.
Close.
You know what I'm saying?
We getting close.
Exactly. Our star is rising. You know, people we see different things going on behind the scenes now. And I'm saying, bro, I don't let everybody in. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. And I walk around here, you know, single, right? Because I don't want to deal with any of this mess. Because again, I'm single. So imagine right now, your star is rising. You getting sponsors, you getting all this other stuff, right? The relationship don't go well. Next thing I know, I'm on TMZ in the shade room. You know what I'm saying?
Where we pulling this from?
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So no, we not, bro. Fellas, be very careful who you dealing with. Seriously.
Very. Now, another person, which I don't know how to feel about this, because I think he's been proven guilty in a few counts. Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, we thick today. We thick into it today. Harvey Weinstein, his 2020 grape conviction overturned in New York. The New York Appeals in Court. The state of New York Court appeals have overturned the conviction of grape charges against former film producer Harvey Weinstein and ordered a new trial. According to CBS News, in a 4-3 decision, the court determined that the judge who presided over the case made a mistake by allowing prosecutors to call witnesses whose accusations were not part of the charges against him. Man, that's a loophole right there.
Yeah, but it's still Harvey Weinstein.
So. It's still Harvey Weinstein. So I don't. We ain't finna like how we did for Jeezy. You don't. Nah,
you don't get that.
You don't get that, big dog.
What we ain't gonna do, bro? That's just one case.
Okay. Yeah, that's just like I said. If I'm not mistaken, he's been proven guilty on some other stuff.
Yeah.
So that's just one case, and your lawyer helped you out with that.
Yeah, let's keep it moving.
Yeah,
I have nothing for him.
Yeah, I got nothing at all either. Next off. You don't know him, I don't think. Do you know who Gucci Mane is?
From Bessemer?
Yeah, all right. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. You know, that did a bright side to this very dark entertainment news.
Okay. Yeah.
Gucci, I like you as an artist. I also liked you because You're not homegrown, but this is a second home for you in ATL. Dog, what the crap are you doing? Gucci Man is trending because he wanted to recreate a scene that P. Diddy did in Big Papa. And he wanted to make a song called Take That.
Cloud chasing.
That's nasty. That's nasty. Look, I like to, and you know how I feel about the artists I like.
Mm-hmm.
I do hold them accountable for when it's time for you to be held accountable because you're the artist I like. Why are you doing this? You know what Diddy connotation it is now. Mm-hmm. Like we'll joke about it, but in a sense that makes sense.
Right.
You feel me? It's usually that joke that you hear that, oh, it's current and it fit the situation.
Right.
Dude, nobody heard from you until you dropped this, and this is what you come out with. This is what you come out with, bro. That's corny. That's corny because if any of the stuff that come with Diddy is true, you know how crazy you gonna look tied into that because you want to be funny, bro. That's trash, bro. Because I like you. The last thing I want to see is that you either having something to do with it or playing like you did. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I get it if it's in the sense. Like I said, I'm good for a good laugh and a good joke. But when it's coming towards him, it's usually because that crap was appropriate for the joke.
Right.
If nobody is getting the punchline or you even build it up, you just saying the punchline ain't funny.
I think he should have taken a page from Tiffany Haddish book when she got in trouble for doing a skit back in the day.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you tone deaf right now.
Yeah.
You really tone deaf right now.
Yeah. I think he's at this day and time, you're playing around with the wrong thing for real.
Yes, bro. You're playing with fire unnecessarily, bro. This not cool. This not cool. I ain't even listen to the song because I knew what he was going with it.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
Yeah.
Like he got it down to the letter from how they was doing it in Big Papa.
Right.
And we they was wilding in that music video.
But these days, bro, it's not about what I'm seeing with the younger generation. It's about, okay, how quick can I get something to go viral to get people back interested in me? The fake beasts, the rants people going on, the fake anger, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's beginning to get really old. And if it ain't even summertime yet, I think music is going to hit a peak even before real good summer music can get out here, and nobody's really going to want to be listening to them. So we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah. We'll see what happens, bro. You just disappointed me, Gucci. Another person that I don't know if they disappointed me, but I'm definitely on the angle that you wrong when it comes to this, and it's kind of our main topic. Amanda freaking Seals.
Oh, dun dun dun! The topic of the show today.
The topic of the freaking entertainment news then went into the main part of the show now because
everybody been at me about this. Are you gonna talk about it? They wanted to talk about it yesterday. I had to let it marinate a little bit. I had to listen to the interview with Amanda Seals and Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp on the Shay Shay Club.
We got to do our research.
Yeah,
got to do our research.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know, y'all know Shannon Sharp. We call him Unc, the proprietor of Club Shay Shay.
Club Shay Shay.
Did an interview. The guy who did the interview with Cat Williams, where he had done another interview with the Seals. We're just gonna let y'all hear it.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it out.
We're just gonna let y'all hear the interview, a piece of a clip from the interview. We're gonna get into it, y'all.
we gotta see. We gotta can't play everything.
All right, y'all. So,
hey man, dude, that was a little bit from the show. That was a little bit from the shout out to the Shay Shay Club.
Yeah, Shay Shay makes news again. And so people sent me these clips, sent nephew these clips yesterday and throughout the day. If you're on TikTok, social media, Facebook, Instagram, and stuff, it's popping up. And there are mixed reviews about Amanda Seales and Shay Shay. And we're going to talk about it right here on the Joe Lockett Show today because I want to be very fair. I want everybody to be open. If you guys want to come on to the show, you guys can come on to TikTok. If you have over 1,000 viewers, you can come on to TikTok and we can talk about it. If you don't, hit us in the inbox and we will show you how to come on to the show via a link that we can send to you. So
don't be scared. It's an open invite.
Yeah. So if you guys want to come on to the show, let us know. We'll chime you guys in later on the show. In the show, if you want to talk about the Amanda Seales right here on the Joe Lockett Show with nephew and Joe Lockett. I listened to clips. I haven't watched the whole thing because I've been really busy today. So I listened to the clips, nephew.
Yeah, I only got through half.
And I really want to be careful in what I'm saying here because I must say first and foremost, Amanda Seales is a beautiful, intelligent woman. She's very factual in what she says and does. She's very intelligent, very intelligent. She's smarter than the average bear that she is. She's smarter than the average person, seriously. And she's factual in everything she's saying. But it's very tough when I'm watching her on any platform that she's on, not just the Shay Shay Club, for people to have a conversation with her if it's not going in the direction she wants the conversation to go in, because she's factual. And that makes it tough for people to want to be around or talk to her because of her facts that she wants to make sure that you understand and that you are wrong, or she's not going to put up with, or she's not going to allow you to. Such an attitude that she has when she's talking to a person in a conversation. It's like she goes into a conversation to find the facts.
Right? What you call it?
I mean, for me, that's what I say. You go into the conversation to find the facts, and then you go into the Amanda Seales diatribe, right? Which is, like I said, she's factual in what she's saying. It's her experience. But you can't question her in a nice way without her feeling like she's being attacked, because what she said is factual. Now, what she said with Shay Shay, right? She said, why would you feel at this point in the interview to even bring that up? But she felt the point when the teacher was telling them about in class when she was 9 or 10 years old. Mm-hmm. She felt the point at that point in time because she was 10 to correct the teacher. But that was okay because she was factually correct, right?
I hear the thing about facts, and you're right. She's most of the time addressing things, and if you were to fact check it, it would be right.
Right.
But folks like her, just like how you said about the lady that was with Joe Budden, what's her name?
Who that?
Because you said you didn't like her.
Candace
Owens, just like her, Candace Owens, the Dr. Umar. Their point is, for me, is not for them to just show that they're factually correct. Most of their stuff, if you're into the books like how they are, they will be factually correct. They have agendas. Mm. That's what they're really blowing off. That's what their angle is really for. Their agenda. Because if you can lull somebody to sleep to where if they try to combat you, you can't fact check me because I'm already speaking the truth. That's a sense of cover.
In my opinion, I agree.
That's a sense of cover. So now all I got to do is get in a room with somebody where I know I can out fact check you and exploit my agenda. Whether it be with Dr. Umar, whether he's saying all black folks need to yada, yada, yada versus the other person. It shouldn't be anything in between. We need to separate. whether it be Candace Owens on how she take her political views, or whether it be her, Amanda Seales, in which I feel like she does super feminist. It's an agenda, and it's built like that. Because I promise you, not too many times. I seen Dr. Umar do it, and he liked the confrontation anyway. But not too many times do you find somebody or you combat somebody where they can equally balance you out.
See, this is why I got a problem with people, right? Because if you're coming to an interview, you're coming to be interviewed and have a conversation.
Yeah.
I listened to Unc. He said plenty of times, right? This is a safe space. Speak your piece, right? And I saw people when he was asking her things about when she said these people are racist, right? And she said, that's the way I saw it. Shannon Sharp asked her specifically. He said, so if a young kid is correcting a teacher in the 90s, is it necessarily racist, right? I said, because he said, if a white kid did the same thing, do you not think the teacher would have had the same problem? She said, I'm not here to surmise that. Okay, that's what she said. I'm not here to surmise that. So what you are here to surmise is your point of view, the way you felt in the 90s when you was going through it. And that is your point of view. But your point of view is not the only thing that can be brought up in this conversation. Because if you're saying that the woman is racist, and if the interviewer asks you this question, right, you can say, I don't know, but she wanted to get back to her point and shame Unc for looking like, here you go with this white folk stuff, protecting the white people, right? I'm telling you that these folks are racist. I'm telling you how I felt. And
why you not just believing?
Exactly. Me? Why you interrupting me, the black woman, again, right? You know what I'm saying? When I'm out here trying to tell you what I felt. See, it's ninjas like you that make it tough for women like me. It's the way the interview came across. And a lot of people fail, in my humble opinion, for the okie doke. You know what I'm saying? Because they're saying, well, you know, it's very obvious Unc didn't interrupt Monique. It's very obvious that Unc didn't interrupt Cat Williams. That's a lie.
Because he did.
Go back and watch the interview. See, what I'm saying, man, I've been in this game a long time, right? And you guys got to watch interviewing styles. He did nothing in that interview that he hasn't done before. I'm going to say this here. He was even more careful with her and kept
than he was with Monique. True.
He came back and he apologized to her and explained himself like, I did not, if I made you feel offended, I'm sorry, but that's not what I was trying to do. But she wasn't trying to hear. She was not trying to hear. Again, I like Amanda Seales. I do. But I do understand when there are people like herself, why it's tough for people to work with you, because at some point, right, it's going to get to the black, the woman not allowed to, feeling like, right? And I'm going to say this for myself, right? That as a black man, being a conservative, working at a white radio station, there are many things that I've seen over 10 years that I could have said, I felt, you know what I'm saying? It happened, or why they doing this, or this person here is racist, this person here. Almost in any context or any situation, right? You can bring that up. And I do understand what Amanda is trying to do. But I would say this for people like Amanda, right? That are very smart and articulate. You have to build your own platform and your own following. What I see the Umar, the Candace Owens, I ain't want to put Candace Owens in. I'm just going to say the Umar and Amanda Seales. Because Candace Owens on a different level. Umar and Amanda Seales, they sort of on the same wavelength as far as the, I don't want to even say agenda, but I think the way they see the world. Now, because I don't, honestly, I'm gonna be really fair. Like I said, I like Amanda, bruh. No, I don't think Amanda has an agenda. I don't. Umar, I think he does. Amanda Seales, I don't think she has an agenda.
Why you feel like that?
Think,
Why you feel like that? Because there's a lot of evidence to support it.
Because when I'm listening to it, yeah, I could. That's the easy route for me with Amanda, if I want to say that. But honestly, when I watch Amanda Seales speak, right, I think her biggest thing is she wants to be heard. She wants better for her community. However, there's a small portion of her. I think she wants people to pay for what was done to us and her as a race and for her lifetime that she's been here on this earth. And I think whatever happened to her, or even if it have to deal with the mental illness that she says she has, right? That may be the inflection that pushes her to come across this way. So like I said, you have to be very careful when you're speaking about her, because she has put her mental illness out there, how she comes across. And she said she worked very hard in her last relationship to be a better person. If you got to work really hard to be a better person and see yourself as being and try to change things about you, she's still working on herself. And so what I see in her is this, nephew.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to be better, but have you ever been a person that you see, like me and when you talk about different music and then we disagree, and you're very adamant about what that is? I think she's passionate about it, but I don't think she knows how to articulate it to the masses without going through her diatribe of the way she does it, and we don't dissect it well.
Okay. I don't take it like that at all. She's very articulate. She puts me in the place of somebody that wants to prove how smart they are. And that's why I keep going back to agenda.
Okay.
Because what I don't like is for people to bring up things that's real with a lot of people in general,
mm-hmm.
that we shouldn't make as big of a thing, and we should more understand it and normalize it. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is, because I've worked with them plenty of times. Mm-hmm. This is why it kind of offends me even more that she would say it along these lines, because you really don't know how most autistic folks are until you get with them.
Very true.
And for me, mm-hmm. I'm only talking about for me. When I am working with some of the autistic or the spectrum period, it comes in so many shapes and varieties. That's where when she was talking about what she's going through, mm-hmm. I would never argue that point.
Exactly.
Never. Because however anybody's brain is wired, mm-hmm. it's wired for them to understand alone. Period.
Yeah.
Leaving that be, that does not take away from how they interpret and how smart they actually are. Mm-hmm. Period. That doesn't take away from how they interpret or how smart they actually, if anything, because of how they are, they brains get wired in a way where a normal brain on the normal scenes, mm-hmm. you wouldn't even fathom it, because it's the smallest thing they can get to where they can get to outsmart anything you brought up. I don't feel like that's something to be played around with or used for an agenda for. Because when I see you interact, Amanda Seals, like I said earlier, you have a track record of how you conduct yourselves, especially on the feminist point. Mm-hmm. I've seen you too many times bash a dude and not even give a second thought to it, because you did it to the sports dude, you did it to Joe Budden. This is in the span of 2-3 months mm-hmm. before you even got on Shannon Sharp show. Mm-hmm. You didn't even do your real research with the dude that was in prison when you was on the real. So you had to retract that back. You still went to bats for Justin Smollett, and he was obviously wrong. Mm-hmm. And any other time you do speak about a black dude, it's because it's along the same lines of they do not support, they do not help black women, and they're part of the problem. You have that track record, mm-hmm. along with the fact of you being difficult because you think you're the smartest one in every room. Mm-hmm. That's a problem. And that's been too consistent. If I'm looking at her, I'm seeing her along the same lines as a Umar or a Candace Owens, because they are smart. You can't deny how smart they are. They are very intelligent, and they have a way with words that is so artistic. They'll outwit you with just a hey.
Yeah.
But in knowing that, you have a way you can bring off so people can interpret it the right way. You have an agenda because you want to push a narrative. That whole time I saw the interview, because you only saw clips.
Yeah.
I saw half of the whole thing. I couldn't stomach it. that whole interview, she was finding things to jump on.
Yeah.
It was not I ask you a question, you give me honest answer. It was, I ask you a question, let me flip this into a clip. And she's been too consistent in that. That's why you got dropped off the reel. That's why you got dropped off of these other shows. And if I'm thinking that this is how you've been consistently, I can imagine as a child thinking you're writing something and approaching an adult out of pocket because of how you think.
So let's talk about that, because she said, and this is where I want to talk to the audience today. You guys locked into your favorite rides. 45 minutes after that, we're talking about the Amanda Seales, Shannon Sharpe, Club Shay Shay interview that has went viral. A lot of people have conversations about it. A lot of people have a lot of things to say about it. And the backlash that I see Shannon Sharpe getting from men and women is surprising to me.
I will say this. He put himself in that predicament, though. He put himself, I can't, like I said, I'm holding folks I like accountable.
Yeah.
You put yourself in that predicament.
For sure.
Because you need to vet a lot better who you put on your platform.
Because
you can't tell everybody how to react.
No, but I'm gonna disagree with you. I think she's a great interview for him. I don't think he knew what he was bringing to the platform. He knew.
You think so?
Of course he did. Of course Unc did.
I don't know.
You know, I think he do.
Know.
But see, here's the thing. He didn't have to put the interview out. He just overproud of the show. So he could have canned that interview if he wanted to. He could have took parts of the interview out. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to put it all in. So
that might have, depending on who but Amanda is tied to, I don't know. That might have messed up some type of business, especially if you already wrote it off.
But Amanda, okay.
Yeah, I'm just
I don't know the back end, so I'm not going to get into it. But I'm going to say
it
didn't have to air, right? He could have paid her for a time and kept it moving.
Yeah,
right. So it did air. What I'm surprised about is how people, to me, as being in this business, went after Shannon Sharpe about how he didn't understand what he didn't understand what she was saying. He was so quick to try to protect Disney and the white folks. I'm like, like I said, some of the stuff that I saw, the clips. I didn't watch the whole interview.
The clips is nasty.
Okay. And usually the clips are the best part of the interview, right? You know, it may be out of context, but you know, the clips are usually the best parts of our, you know, like a trailer is. But anyway, when I watched the clips, right, today, I can't go along with people who are saying these things about Unc, right? Because I did not see him defending Disney. I did not see him defending Hulu or ESPN or his platform or CBS or whatever. I didn't see him defending. I saw him do exactly what he did with Cat Williams, Monique, Marshawn Lynch, and all the other people. What I saw him was ask a question, right? But let me ask you this. That's what he said. Well, let me ask you this. What about this, right? Her reaction was different than a Monique's. Her reaction was different than a Cat Williams. Her action was like, now I'm finna put you in your place. Right? Did you not hear what I'm saying? And I think I just read somebody said something about, you know, her experience is her experience.
Yeah.
Yes. Her experience is her experience. And when you're being interviewed, right, and you telling your experience, am I not allowed as the interviewer to say, hey, okay, so that's what you experienced, but did you ever think about it like this here? Right? He didn't say that you were wrong. He just said, hey, did you think about it like this here? What if a white kid did the exact same thing? Would it be wrong, right? Or would that be racism if she said the same thing? She said, that is not for me to surmise. And then she went on further to say on in the interview, like, why do you take this part of the interview to try to make it seem like what I'm saying about racism, blah, 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 blah. So now it went from her telling her experience to now you got to what you really wanted to get to was the racism part of it in the 90s. Okay. When she said that, for me, racism in the 90s, I'm not saying it didn't exist, but she said a couple of things for me that kind of made me say, pause. Wait a minute, Amanda, because she said, In the 90s, Florida was racist, a racist state. I'm like, damn, I live in Birmingham, Alabama. Still, right? And she was like, you know, Florida is this racist state. And, you know, she went on to go diagram with, you know, well, when she was in school, she helped people. You know, she turned her homework. She got art pieces. So she was glorifying that everything they was trying to say about me, I had did this and I was doing this. So the only reason why they could have been coming after me is because I'm black and I'm the only black kid in the classroom, and I'm correcting the teacher, which she was wrong. Amanda Seals, like I said, bro, I wasn't there. Her experience as a 9 or 10 or 12-year-old child is her experience. But I'm going to agree with Shannon Sharp here is if you're correcting a teacher and you're a child, and if she's coming off anywhere like the way she's coming off in these interviews, right, as matter of factly to an adult, you're going to have a problem.
I'm with you. And I asked a lot of folks, not just older than me, but even my peers, since we are old and we deal with kids. How would you feel if a kid was to come and correct you? Most, if not all of them, said, I don't care. If I'm wrong, yeah, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But how is she doing it? How is the kid approaching me? I'm wrong at?
And then she said something else. I think she said she was, what was it? She was on a cast and she was the only black girl, and they told her that the only reason why you're here because you're black. And she said the other kids were teasing her.
Now I'm not gonna say that none of her stuff was believable, because no, I believe if folks got it's me. but if folks got an ulterior motive, by all means, if that's how you picked up on it, that's how you picked up on it. That's why me, you, and Shannon are not arguing how she felt.
Right.
You know what's a lot more believable? I won't mince words. You saying that part, because you're not the only one that can view that, especially if you're the only black girl on cast in more of something that has a lot more money, and where it's hard enough for black people to get into anyway. Yeah, I can definitely believe they're pulling up your black card to shade you, because they're thinking a little black girl like you barely have these opportunities at all. That's completely different how I view a kid in school that's been put into a white school. Not to minimize it at all, because it definitely happens there.
Right.
Which is why no one will argue that point. It's just another perspective can be used to it.
That's it. And I think this too here, nephew. I want to make sure while we're talking about this day on the show, I'm not minimizing what Amanda Seals said in the 90s, in the 2000s.
Full of it.
Right?
Because she's definitely not the only one that would deal with it.
Racism is everywhere. Right? There are sometimes you can get into a place because you're black. Let me say this, for myself, right? I've been in places and I know I've been chosen because I'm black, right? I'm that black lucky token that got the experience, or they chose me.
Yeah, you're the quota.
Yeah, I'm the quota, right? I know that. So I'm not saying those things don't happen, but when those things happen for me, I take full advantage of it. And I try to make sure once I'm in, I open up doors for other people so it don't be as hard for them to get in as it was for me. See, that's me looking at it differently. You see what I'm saying? Because when you get into that club or you get into that room, other people in that room don't want your ass there.
At all.
Okay, I'm speaking from my experience now. Okay, Amanda Seals, right? Other people in that room don't want you there.
I think you.
Let me say this about what the hell I had to do, Miss Amanda Seals, right? Because I don't want to speak on her experience because I can't say how she felt. I can tell you, I went through this in radio, myself personally. I was told when I got to the radio station, I had my weekend radio show when I first got to 2014, right? The Friday show, the big morning show, it was called, I'm not going to say the name, but it was a morning show, right? Because those guys are friends of mine. You can go in, if you had a weekend show, you can go in. I actually go in on the show to promote my weekend show, to talk to the weekday audience and tell them to tune in and lock it into my radio show that I was having this Saturday morning at 6:00. So I went in to this show. It's one of the biggest shows on that station in Birmingham, Alabama, right? So I'm going into the station. The table is full of white guys, right? It's a white morning show. I'm the only black guy sitting in the room, right? The guy sitting in the chair saw me come in, right? He was told that I was coming onto the show to promote my show, right? For the next couple of weeks, right? And that was part of my promotion package deal that I had made with the radio station. And so I'm telling all my friends, right? My family, nephew, y'all. I'm telling, tune into the show. Y'all gonna hear me talk. I'm gonna go on this big show in the morning. Everybody listen.
Mm-hmm.
They told me to get there at 8:00, right? And the show ends at 9 or 7:30, whatever. But I was there for like an hour and a half, sitting there on the show. Let me tell you something, bro. You know when the guy who was leading the show came to me for 2 weeks in a row, 2 minutes before the show went off. Oh, by the way, we have a young man here that has a new show on our station. Tell him what time your show come on. All right, you guys have a great day. Right? See you guys tomorrow.
That's a mess up.
I get off air, right? Because I'm sitting there. This mug is sitting there looking at me the whole time I'm there, knowing the reason why I'm there. And so I get off air, and my friend's like, man, why they didn't say nothing to you? Why they didn't come? I don't know. Went back the next week. Did the exact same thing, right? So the station manager comes to me and said, why isn't such and such talking to you, right? When you're there? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, I only heard him say something to you like right before they went off. I said, yes, that's what happened. Right. He said, what's going on? I said, I don't know. Right. He said, go back again next week. It's a white guy. Right?
Yeah.
I go back in next week. Right. As soon as I get there, now you're talking to me. Right. You want to talk to me through each break. And now you want to talk to me about each show. Right. Here's the thing, nephew. I never said one word.
You better than me.
Hold on. My friends and my family, everybody said, Joe, they're using you. Them folks don't like you. They don't want you on that station. Right?
I've been right along with your folks.
But listen, bro. Everybody said to me, you should leave, bro. They're using you, right?
Yeah.
You know what I told them? Because see, club half empty, half full. You know what I told them? I said, I'm not worried about what he didn't do. I'm worried. What I liked was what he had to do. Okay, because no matter, even if you don't want me there, you had to say my name on your platform, right?
At least once.
And you gave me that platform, and guess what? Those people heard my name. That's the way I took it. You see what I'm saying? Half empty, half full, y'all. You can. Yes, what y'all want to say that was? It was exactly that. It was exactly what y'all thinking that it was. And everybody in the room knew it, including me. But I went back next week. I didn't go in there and try, because here's what I tell folks. Y'all can get out here and do all this stuff that you're talking about, but how am I going to build my show? See, you can tell me, Joe, you shouldn't do that. I wouldn't put up with that if I'm you. Okay, now what?
Because I'm not you.
Hold on. I stop. I walk out that station, take my show off that station. Now, what mean you finna do now, bro?
I probably wouldn't have seen you.
No. Wait a minute. Y'all told me I wouldn't do that, but I want to be on my radio show. So now, talk to me. Help me out. What I do now? You right. They don't like me. They don't want me here. I'm leaving.
So I gotta be the spokesperson for the dude.
No. But I'm saying, but that's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
So when people were talking to me, I'm like, I hear what y'all are saying. I said, but they did say my name. But they using you. They didn't do this. They didn't do that. I'm like, but what you don't understand, they had to say my name. And this is why I say, when you believe in God, right? No, I'm just being honest, bro, because this is what I had to do for myself. Like I said, this is my experience. Like she said, you can't tell me my experience and what I went through. I went through this. So what I said to myself, that I'm in the room. If God didn't want me here, he wouldn't have put me here. I got to figure this thing out. Long story short is, with that one situation that I'm telling y'all about, right? The next week, he had to say my name. He had to, the boss man, the station manager made him talk to me, right? And I never said anything. I never complained. I never said one thing. Come to see this guy 10, 12 years later, right? He sees me. I'm out with some friends. And I look at this mother, right? And he sees me. And I look at him. And he looks at me. And he with his family. And he walks up to me. And he said, Joe, I want to apologize to you. I said, huh? He said, I want to apologize to you. He said, what I did to you years ago, I was definitely totally wrong. He said, usually what happens, Joe, and this is what he told me. I could take it either way, but y'all listen to what I'm saying. Hear me out. He said, Joe, usually when they put a new face in a room on a morning show, right? That's your replacement. And I was not going to give the station the time of the day to allow you or anybody else to replace me if they didn't make me. He said, that's why I didn't come to you. I looked him in his face and I said, such and such, it's all good. I'm still in radio. I'm doing very well. And I appreciate the opportunity that the station gave me. And I appreciate you saying what you said. I said, but we good. I said, you did what you had to do. I did what I had to do. May God bless you. And I love you, man. And I kept it moving. Because, see, whether he was telling the truth and his conscience was effing with him or not, it wasn't about that for me. See, I went in with a purpose to build my radio show. I didn't go in with the purpose to go to a black man and go to a white radio station to find racist people. When you step into that arena and you're the only black person there, yes, there are going to be some people there who don't want you there because you're black, or they feel that you're taking their position, or they feel threatened by you. Yes, that's part of it. Damn it, that's what it is.
Well, I hate to do this to it.
Go ahead.
Well, Joe,
yeah,
she was a kid at this point in time, so she didn't really have no way not to be in it.
No, but what I'm saying is, even for her, even her perspective, telling the story as a grown woman, you should be able to see and think about certain things now that you did not know then.
No, noticing the nuances.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
That's what I'm going for. The way she felt as a kid, I get it. It's all her experiences, bro. And to the way she was brought up to me, she was taught to see those things, bro. I grew up in that same house. See, I always said this, and I said this on the radio, and I said it on this podcast. White folks, parents didn't have the same conversation with their kids that my parents had with me when I left home.
True.
Totally two different damn conversations, right? True. And I used to say this all the time. White folks don't have the conversation with their kids, the same conversation that our black parents has with their kids when they left the house in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and even till the 2000s. Y'all don't have the same conversation with y'all kids that black folks have to have with their kids.
2020 is true.
You know what I'm saying? In 2020, the conversation when our black kids leave the house, we have to warn them about certain things, because what's going to come at our black kids is not going to come towards the white kids. The world is going to see black kids differently than they see the white kids. See, a white kid can walk around with a scarf on their head and nobody's going to say nothing. A black kid that's a good kid, just like the white kid, is going to have a scarf on his head, and he may get pulled over by the police because somebody got robbed and your kid happened to fit the description.
Color coordinated.
You see what I'm saying? So it's a big difference. Your kid can have the music up loud in the neighborhood and the white man ain't going to pull you over. My kid can have to be right next to him, and if a white kid car is there and the black kid's got the music up loud,
they assuming it's the black kids.
They're pulling over the black kid. That's the damn conversation that's going to be had. That is what it is. That ain't going to change America. I'm not mad at it. I'm not trying to change it, but that's just the nuances of life that we live in. This is the world that we are.
I'm we can mad at it.
Well, the people can be mad, but what I'm going to say is, at the end of the day, you can go back through history and see why it is the way it is. The only thing I can do right now is prepare my kids for what the world that I live in. I can be mad at white folks and, the history of it all day long. What are you going to do? What are you trying to strive for? And what do you want to fight for? See, what I feel, I can't go on a white folks platform and fight for my position and fight for my people and make it different. The only way you make a difference is you become successful in that space. What I was not going to allow anybody to do to knock away my opportunity, because let me tell you something, out of 1 or 2 people that I met at that station that I felt didn't like me, I don't know if they was racist, because I will never put their title on anybody, but I know they didn't care for me much, right? Yeah. Everybody else loved me. Everybody else cared about me. But I always have told them, if you got to choose your white friends over me, I know I'm not getting chose.
No, you did.
Yes, bro. You know I have, bro. I've had the conversations. If you got to choose because if I got to choose my black friends over you, even though you're my friends, I'm choosing my black friends all day. I like you, but I don't love you like that. That's just the honest God truth. Bro, we got to stop with the nonsense. Okay? You're not going to change people's feelings into the way people love or the way people hate you. If you got white folks and black folks, right? 9 times out of 10, if I'm rocking with you and there's a white dude and I got to save one, nephew, I'm saving you because you my boy. I'm saving you. The white dude gone. And vice versa. I would expect that to happen. That ain't got nothing to do with racism. It's the preference. That's the way it is. That's life. Now, y'all can say, go ahead.
This is where this get muggy for me.
Okay.
Because I get where you're coming from with that. And in a sense, a preference I can get for a preference.
Mm-hmm.
It only gets muggy when we're looking at the context. Like if I'm finna save somebody, I'm finna save somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that's just me as the individual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I won't portray it like, oh, you absolutely wrong. No. It's just where it get muggy for me is me as an individual. I'm not caring if I'm going to save. I'm not caring if, you know what I mean? Because I'm going to try to get everybody if I can.
Yeah, you can. But if you can only save one.
But if you can only save one,
I would be surprised if you saved me. I'd be happy if you did, but if you didn't, I would understand. Because I hopefully you feel the same way about me.
Yeah. But if we keeping it with the parties that we involved it in, me and you and some random person, I'm saving you because it's you, Joe. You're not a random person. But if I'm looking at a random person and it's a black and a white dude there, for me, I'm not caring that that's a black dude. I'm gonna tell you where I would let your hand go and say the white person. You know where, seriously. I'll just say.
Okay.
If it was a kid.
If it was a kid. If it's a kid, bro, I'm saving the kid first.
Cool.
Yeah, like I will always save a kid first, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because a kid got more life to live. I'm sorry you don't live 25. The kid 5 years old, bro. You know, if I got to make a choice, bro, but those are not choices that you want to make. But I think the point the point that I'm only making here is life is gonna life, right? And the way I see it from my own POV, through my experience, not through Amanda Seals' experience. Once you get in the room, you can fight the room, or you can learn and open doors. So my thought pattern was, I'm here. Let me make sure that when other people come, that this station will see that there's talent, there's high class work, and we can get the job done.
I'm gonna be balanced, huh?
Sure.
She does do that.
Yeah.
I may not care for her.
Yeah.
But she does open up opportunities for a lot of women.
And so that's what I'm saying. That to me, once you get in the room, once you get at the table, bro, you're gonna take some shit. Okay? You just are. Period. You're going to take some stuff, because again, in every room that you walk in, if you're the only one, you're the only man, you're the only woman, you're the only black, or you're the only white, you got to prove yourself, right? And yes, I have to work 10 times as hard. Yes, I have to do things 100 times better than everybody else. Yes, I got to be on my best P's and Q's because I'm in the room, and I have to feel like you have given me a privilege. Y'all can say what y'all want to say to that, but when you get in that room, you do what you got to do to stay in that room. But before you leave that room, there should be more people in the room like you. Let me say that again. When you leave that room, if you've done your job well, right, and it's a room that we need to be in, there will be more people in that room that look like you. there'll be more things done for people like you on whatever platform you're on. Because let me tell you what I have realized, nephew, Facebook, social media, in the business world. White folks really don't give a damn whether you're black or white. The real color they care about is green. If they know how to make money on you, I have seen them pimp white folks and I have seen them pimp black folks. I have seen them do white folks dirty. I have seen them do black folks dirty. At the end of the day, we may get it worse than a white man or vice versa. I don't know. A woman may get it worse than a man. But if that woman for a period of time is going to make them money, whoever it is, whether he or she or whatever platform is, they're going to pimp you. And what you got to do at that moment in time, when you're on that platform and you hot and it's your moment, you got to seize everything from the experience, the knowledge, and the platform to balance your career and your family, because it won't last forever. People don't care about you. They care what you can do for them. Platforms don't care about you. They care about what you can bring to them. If you're bringing something for them that their agenda is, it works for them. If you're not part of that agenda, it does not work for them. Now, you can get caught up in the semantics of it, and you will be right with all your facts, but your facts will have your ass on the street broke and screaming with a flag in your hand, or screaming with, with your sign in your hand. And if that's your cause and that's the way you want to do your life, by all means, that's your cause. I'm not mad at you, because we need people doing all of it. I'm the guy that's going to get in the room and try my best to make sure that other people are going to get in the same room that I'm in, so we can continue to build. And then once we do that, you can go on and create Lockett In Media. You can go on in and put other people on shows. You can go in and build your own station now. Now you can go in and build your own company. Now you can build your own podcast. But how did I learn how to do all that? Because I sat in that room for 10 years. How did I get on national TV? Because I sat in that room. I didn't allow that guy to run me away because he didn't talk to me till 3 minutes before the show was over, nephew. You see what I'm saying? Because if I would have done that, nephew, guess what? It would never happen. I would have never been on MSNBC. Because here's the other part that I say about my experience, right? Well, no black radio stations come calling on me. Because guess what? In my community, the radio talk show hosts or the DJs, right? They weren't allowing you to in because they felt that you may be better than them. And so they wasn't going to allow you to be where they were. So they wasn't going to give you the opportunity that, that you probably rightfully deserve. Because once we get in a position, we're trying to hold on to it. If you're the supervisor, you're not trying to make another supervisor if you're in a black community. If you're on a black radio station, it's dog eat dog, right? That's just the way it is. Been there, done that. Like I said, the only person that gave me an opportunity was the right radio station. Once the white radio station gave me an opportunity, one or two of the black radio stations said, why don't you bring your talents over here with us? But guess what? The black radio stations that reached out to me, nephew, America, they was not trying to give me a primetime show. They was trying to put baby back in the box. They wouldn't put me up there with them. Even though I had been on national TV, had done national radio shows, been mentioned by Steve Harvey, they wanted to put me. I was on a daytime. I had my own daytime show. I had a black station reach out to me. You know what they wanted to do? They wanted to put me on weekends. What? You want to put me on weekend? Yeah, man. We got to keep it all in the family, bro. You over there with them, right? But if you come over here, man, we put you on this weekend spot, bro. You can kill it. That'll be your spot. No, bro. I want weekday. No, I want weekday, bro. And I asked him, I said, if what you're asking me to do, right? What you're asking me to do, would you take it? See, you on weekday, but would you take what you're asking me to do, to walk away from my weekday position, my drive time show, to come be on your station because I got eyeballs and eardrums, and the only reason why you want me right now because I command an audience, and I can bring an audience, so that will look good for you and your station, but you're not willing to put me in place so I can grow even bigger on your station, and you're black. No, bro, I pass. I appreciate the opportunity that I did not see as an opportunity, but it is what it is. See,
if I'm getting my Shannon Sharp on, I can get it though.
But again, you got to believe in yourself. So what I'm saying is, I think when we get into the space where we want to say people are racist, we want to say, the world is not fair. Of course it's not. Being in the military, being in this space that what we're doing, nephew, you got a chance to see some of the stuff even at the radio station. how it went down at the end. Everybody loved us, but there were some people that was happy as hell to see us go. You know what I'm saying? It was like,
because I in my short time there, I know I irritated folks because why he always up here early,
bruh. But it was time when people saw you up there, and you know that they didn't want you there, but they didn't want to deal with me. Tell the truth now. Shame the devil.
That's true.
There was time when people saw you up there, right? But they didn't want to deal with me, so they said nothing. And then there were some people up there that was trying to get you away from me.
That's true.
People that were smiling in my face. Well, you can come in and sit on my show. You can come in and look here. You can come in and do this right here, right? Not knowing that nephew would come back and say, hey, old boy. And I would say, bro, go do what you got to go do. Because what I told you, I said, go get the experience.
Yeah.
Go learn from different folks, right? I say, if you see something that works for you, man, go do it. I said, I put you in a space not to keep you here with me. I said, I put you in this space, bro, so you can understand business. See, you got a talent, but you understood. I think you learned more about the business end than the talent end. The talent was natural for you as it came along. But the business part of it, to get to the talent so you can get on the microphone, that's a whole different, bro. You better tell them about the politics you got to do that.
That's a different monster.
You see what I'm saying? That's a totally different thing that you got to go do. So at the end of the day, man, I think Unc did a great interview. I think Amanda Sears did a great interview. I disagree with the way she came across with it. And I think that's why she's going to always have problems when she's talking to other people and working with different platforms, because she comes across, y'all let me know what y'all think. She comes across to me as combative. To her, I mean, and I hate the word combative. She comes across as she's hard to talk to. She's hard to have a conversation. If I was her boyfriend, right, and we got into a disagreement, it would be very hard to have a conversation with her, because I think Unc says this all the time. Two things can be right at the same time. And I don't think she believes in that theory. I think she believes in these are the facts.
What I say go.
Right. This is why it happens. And I have a right to say this. And you're going to listen to me because you're wrong. And you need to fix it. We need to address this. And it need to change. And it need to change now. That's fine. That works in some spaces. We need people like her out there. It's just going to be tough. It's like it is right now, because I think she did a rant a few weeks ago about a lot of platforms don't want her there, or are not getting her the invites, or no, it was the award. She didn't get no awards. So she didn't get nominated for some kind of award. And she went out and did a video about it. And I did all these things and nobody gave me an award. Well, nobody's going to give you an award, because let me say this, and let's be honest, you didn't play the game.
You think that's why?
Bruh, everybody has to play a game. In business, when you're at work, you got to play the game. When you go outside, you're in certain places, you have to conduct yourself a certain way. You have to play the game. You know what I mean? You can be who you are, authentically who you are, in the confines of the game that you're playing. Period. You can be authentically who you are in the confines of the game that you're playing, but you still, everybody at some point, whether you're in corporate, whether you're on a platform, whether you're out on TV or whatever, you have to adhere to what they want, or they're not going to keep you there long. And if women or black men or black people, until you get something that's going to be formidable for black people, right, for your people, you're always going to be on other people's platforms. Even with these podcasts, you see the podcasters that are doing very well. Well, these podcasters are going on to what platforms, nephew? ESPN, okay, Hulu, right, Showtime. You are the sole proprietor of your content, but the distribution, now you're on these folks. They can cancel your distribution, bro. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, they can cancel your distribution if they want to. What are you going to do? So I think, when you're building your platform, guys, like on here, there's certain things we can say, there's certain things we can't say, there's certain things we show, there's certain things we can't show. You have to adhere to the rules on these platforms, and they reward you by paying you. If they monetize your platforms, they reward you. And that's why we can work and do our show for the monetization, but we know what we can and can't do. You play by the game, right? You can fight it, but you're not gonna win. You know what I'm saying? It's like going into a ring knowing that I'm finna go ahead and scream. I'm gonna scream all day long, but I can't win the fight. For me, when I'm gonna do something, bro, I'm doing a specific reason. Either I'm trying to make a point or I'm trying to win. Whenever I'm putting my energy into something, Joe Lockett, I'm trying to win. I'm not trying to go in and fight the 400-year battle. The battle that I need to be able to fight for myself, nephew, is for you, for my daughters, for the next generation coming up, right? That's the battle that I'm fighting. The battle for 400 years, I've had people prior to me to get me here. I think Martin Luther King, if he was here, he was like, Joe, build Lockett in Media. Build a media company that, you know, you can take worldwide.
Oh, and Martin Luther King gonna lock it in with us?
Yeah, bro. I believe Martin Luther King, if he was here right now with people out here, he would tell you right now, because Martin Luther King said the one thing that he was not able to do before he died was what? Teach us how to do financing, right? How to get this money, right? Because if y'all want to think about it, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, all of them had to play a game. All of them had to adhere, go through stuff to get to what they had to get to. It wasn't just they did say something and it happened. Through dogs, hoses, everything that happened, but all of them had to go through something and keep fighting to make their point, and they had to find their sweet spots. Like I remember that how amazed I was when I found out that Rosa Parks wasn't the woman, was the first woman that happened to.
Mm-hmm. It was another one.
It was another lady
that frequent that bus,
right? She wasn't the first woman, but they had to find the right woman.
They had to find, because she was a pregnant black lady.
Yeah, and
she didn't fit
the part.
So they had,
bruh.
Hey, we going conspiracy territory, bro.
No, but it's not conspiracy. That's facts.
No. I mean, for folks that just don't read.
No, but I'm saying, but that's facts. Rosa Parks fit the part. Yeah, right,
man. My uncles and stuff had me read all that.
But I'm saying,
she fit the part. But she was at the right place at the right time.
So what I'm saying is, if you even go back through history, through us getting off the plantations and everything, bro, there was a system. There were things you had to go do. You figure it out and you strive ahead. And there's people that are going to take the sacrifice. I think enough people took a sacrifice for me to be here and open up even more doors. That's the way I see it. Amanda Seals, Candace Owens, Umar, the people listen to our show, whatever you're going through, you may see it your way. I don't think no way is wrong. I think this whole dichotomy of what we're doing, it needs all of us. I don't think we need to continue to condemn people, bro, for the way they're doing it. You know what I'm saying? I think two things can be right at the same time. So I love the interview with Shannon Shaw with Amanda Seals. I love, the way they chopped it up. But it's very tough to watch when I'm seeing Shannon trying to say, hey, this is not what this is, and she's making it what it is. That's what I saw.
It's tough for me to listen to anything.
Exactly, Lady J.
Where points are not really being made no more.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes a tough listen, because now y'all just either repeating or you're just trying to be right and not listening.
It's tough. And like I say, if you guys got time, man, go out to YouTube, TikTok, or whatever. You'll see Club Shay Shay. Type in Amanda Seals. And you guys can watch the rest of the interview. Best of luck to both of them. And, I would love to meet Amanda Seals. I would love to sit down and conversation with her, bro. I really would, because
I just produced that show.
No, but but here's the thing. I would really like to have the conversation with her about my experience, about her experience, and how we can get better at articulating what we want to do. I would love to have that conversation with her.
Make a video, send it out to Amanda Seals. She respond.
Hey, y'all tag Amanda, y'all tag Amanda Seals in this, right? And I'm quite sure she'll watch this, and she either
hate it or love it.
I mean, she'll probably come in and tell me how factually incorrect I am on some things, but I still love. I don't mind being corrected, right? But I love to have the conversation with Amanda Seals. Shout out to you, Amanda Seals, and best of luck to you, baby girl, and everything that you're doing. Shannon, keep doing your thing. All right, let's move on, y'all. Should you put your kids first, or should your parents put their kids first? Should parents put their kids first when it comes to their life? Should a mom or dad put their kids first?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
Wait a minute. Oh my Lord.
Hmm?
You said you don't know.
Yeah. I think, as I get older, I think there is a overreach for parents when they say they're gonna put their kids first.
Are you talking about from everybody grown point of view or period?
I'm saying as a parent, I think that there has to be a balance for the parent, because what I see a lot of, bro, and experience a lot of, that a lot of parents feel that if they sacrifice everything for their kids, they have done the right thing, and their life don't go so well, but their kids' life is good. And I don't think that's a great place to be for a parent. I don't. I think you sacrifice to make sure your kids are going to be okay, but I don't think you should sacrifice everything for your kids.
Well, that's a different conversation, ain't it?
I say, should parents put their kids first? And I don't think so. I think a parent should put their self first and make sure their kid's going to be okay. I don't think a parent should put their kids first. I really, when I look at it, when I was growing up, and I had to really sit down and think about what I'm saying, because I'm a parent. I had parents, and maybe they differ with me. Let me know what your guys think, right? Should a parent put their kids first? Because I see, and men don't do it as much, but women, they really sacrifice themselves. And I think this is the degradation when it comes to women in this country, when it comes to their kids. I don't think women have to put their kids first and sacrifice everything for their kids, and they're not happy. And I see a lot of moms doing that for their kids.
We can disagree on this.
Okay, that's fine. And they life is not good at all, even after the kids leave. Because one day, bro, your kids are going to get up and leave.
They are.
And so during the time you're taking care of your kids, you got to make sure you're taking care of yourself. You can't take care of yourself to the point that by the time your kids leave, right, that you're all shot to hell. And at the end of the day, you're too tired to do anything for yourself. Right. So I think parents, I think it's overrated when parents say it sounds good. And I love the way it sounds when I was a kid. But as an adult, when I'm looking back at it, especially for the women, should a parent sacrifice themselves for their kids? And I'm going to say no. Should a parent put their kids first? And I would say no. I would say no.
That sounds like a parent that's prioritizing it.
And I think a parent should. I think a parent, especially when it comes to the women, I think they should prioritize putting themselves first so they can take care of their kids, not taking care of your kids and sacrificing yourself. Because at the end of the day, bro, some women are so damn tired. Yeah, they done did everything, bro, and their kids wind up leaving home. And some kids come back and take care of their mama, and some kids don't. But what I'm saying is, the mama got a life too. The mama got a responsibility. She don't have a debt, bro.
There's a way to do that.
Yes, but the question was, you don't think that? What your answer was, you don't think that parents should have to put the kid first? No.
When I hear put the kid first, I hear to make sure that you are taken care of first. I don't hear to make sure everything is done by me and I'm getting left behind.
I don't think a kid should be taken care of first all the time, bro. A kid don't need to be taken care of first in every situation when it comes to parenting. It does not. The kid don't.
Why not?
Because sometimes mama need to take care of herself. The kid will be okay.
Mama, you asked for that responsibility.
Yes, and the kid would be okay if mama took care of herself and then came back and took care of that kid later. The kid ain't gonna fall off the face of the earth. The kid will be fine, and the mama will be too. The kid don't have to come first in everything in that woman's life or the parent's life. The kid do not.
I disagree with that.
That's fine.
Because she has a responsibility. You taking the extreme both of the side. Oh, everything that happens that no, but they should be considered for any decision that you're going to be making.
And you will be,
because
but you just won't be first in every decision. Yes, you will be considered, but you won't be first. I said take care of the kid first.
That
you be considered.
Being considered is being first.
No, being considered is that I look at the situation and I'm going to do what I got to do for myself first, then I do it for you.
And that's selfish.
That's what
that sounds selfish to me.
And sometimes you have to be selfish as a parent. And sometimes it's okay to be. See, this is what I people got to understand. It's okay to be selfish as a parent sometimes. Your kid can go without when you need. Your kid, as long as you're not neglecting your kid, right? Your kid, this thing that we say as parents.
But that's why it sounds like you're mixing two things up.
I'm not,
because
I'm
if they need their time, they need their time. Cool. Make sure you have your time. Nobody's saying don't do that. But for consideration purposes, you need to consider your kid first.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't, bro. Because if the mama or the daddy is,
if you didn't want to consider your kid first, you should have never had them,
bro. I didn't say I wouldn't consider. See, this is where you getting caught up at. I didn't say don't consider my kid. I said I'm not going to consider.
I didn't say you did.
No,
I said if you didn't want to consider your kid first, you should have never had them.
But that to me that's small minded. And the reason why I'm going to say this is because I can have a kid. I don't have to consider you first with everything that I'm doing, but I consider you. You don't have to be the first consideration. If I'm doing something, right, I can consider myself first. And sometimes on some things, I don't even have to think about my kid. I'm going to consider myself first. And just because I didn't consider my kid in this thing that I'm doing, like if I want to go, if something I want to do, my kids want to go do this here.
Okay.
Right? Just give y'all a hypothetical example, right? My kid is not going to lose a limb or going to not be here anymore if I decide to do this do this for me first. But a lot of parents would sacrifice themselves or not doing this to make sure their kids got this. And I'm saying that the parents don't have to do that. The kids will be okay because, again, at some point, for everything you're sacrificing to take away from yourself as a parent, right? Your kids are going to walk away, and you want them to, and they're going to go live their own life. You want to have something in the tank for yourself, right? It's not the biggest glory field to say, well, I gave everything I had to my family. I gave everything I had to. No, that's a damn choice you made.
That is,
and you don't have to. You can have your cake and eat it too, bro. Parents can have their cake and eat it too. A kid don't have to be considered first. I see women do this all the time, and you want the glory trophy behind it. But I'm telling you, it's an honorable thing to say, it's an honorable thing to do. But ladies, your kids will be okay if you don't put them first in everything that you decide to do. Is my only point. I'm not saying not consider them. There are some things, yes, you have to do for your kids that they need. But if you have a need over your kid, right, and your kid want and you need to give yourself, and your kid don't get it that day. Your kid don't get it that day. Period.
Cool. I think we having two different conversations, man.
I have one conversation.
I'm not disagreeing with none of that.
Okay.
But we are having two different conversations on how we seeing it.
Okay, how?
Because I'm not saying that the parent don't need to be considered, or when it's time for them to have that necessary moment to either detox, relieve some type of stress, to relax, or anything that is mandatory for them to do. You can't help your kid if you did. I get that point. That's never what I'm arguing.
So what are you arguing?
But I'm arguing what you asked, what you said.
Should you?
And it sounds like to me that we're mixing what you need to have necessary versus choices that you need to make.
It don't even need to be necessary. It could be a want. It ain't gotta be why do as me as a parent, I got to do only what's necessary for me. I gotta do everything for you. That's BS. No, I'm going to do what
you had the damn kid.
And the kid would be okay. The kid would be okay.
Hold on. So we're not just talking about necessaries. We're talking about wants.
Yes. It could be wants, bro. You can be selfish and get yourself something, don't get your kids something. They're going to be okay. If you want them Jordans and I want to go get this purse, I'm going to get the purse and you don't get the Jordans. Okay. That kid will be just fine. That kid would be just fine. That kid want them Jordans, but I want this purse. I got you the Jordans last night. Damn it, I'm getting the purse and you ain't getting them Jordans this time. Period. That's it. Mama want a new car and you want a new car. I'm getting a new car, you're getting a used car. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Sacrifice. I am not going. You don't have to give your kids every damn thing they want, bro. It's my point. If the kid wants something,
if that's how you going about parenting, then cool. But I'm not saying the extreme ass confrontational side as I'm finna get a car, so you need to go. No, you got a damn car. So whether it's a good or a bad one,
so give me your example. Give me your example then.
My example my example would be, alrighty, if it's necessary for us to make sure that things is in order,
Like what?
whether that's them dealing with school and some type of fee that come with school, but you want to do something that you want.
Mm-hmm. Depending on what you want to do in school.
Depending on what you want to do in school. What if what if they wanted to play a sport? But you're big on whatever it is that you want in the moment. You want to go either get your hair done, or you want them new sneakers, or you want whatever it is. But they want to do something that could probably spark something in their life.
Okay, so if that's what they want to do, and I, as a parent, I chose to put myself first, there's nothing wrong with that. If my kid want to play a sport and I don't allow you to play sports this year, you play it next year. Okay, and
I don't agree with that.
You don't have to agree with it, but what I'm saying is,
I got you.
I got you.
But hold up.
The kid what I'm never going to lose. The kid is not. If the kid
it's not about losing to me.
The kid
cool. There's always another time.
Exactly.
Nobody's asking or saying that it's never another time.
Right.
I think how people prioritize shit really speaks about how they move with shit.
I don't think so.
Because for me, if my kid wanted to do something, regardless, however y'all choose to do what you do with your kid, that's what you do with your kid.
Right.
I'm not going to argue that point.
Okay.
And when we're talking about things, that's why I asked you, are we talking about necessary things or wants?
Because
if it's anything that's going to be a want for me, if it's a necessary thing, then necessarily I need to make sure this is in line and together before I do anything, because it's not going to work any other way.
Okay, let's
But if I'm going towards wants and I'm comparing my wants to what they need, they're going to get their need first.
Okay, so when you said need, a kid needs a roof, a kid needs food, and the kid needs clothes on their back. The kid need to make sure they got transportation so we can get them back and forth to school. That's what you need. You need a place to lay your head. That's what you need. Everything else is a want. Everything else is a want.
Yeah, that's the old school ass.
No, bro, that's everything else is a want. I'm giving you what you need as a parent. That is my responsibility as a parent, is put a roof over your head, make sure you got food in your belly, make sure the water is running and all the bills are paid. You got clothes on your back and shoes on your feet. That's what you need, and that's what I need to make sure it's done before anything else is done. Yes, that what needs to be done. You need to have those things. Everything else, a parent don't have to sacrifice themselves for their kids. That's a want. That's a choice. So, parents, I would say this, right? If you know when you need to do things for your kids, you know when your kids are, deemed that they need to, that you want them to do certain things. But some parents, and I'm saying this to moms especially, y'all get into this situation like, these are my kids, I got to do everything for them. And that's, to me, I think it's a little overrated. Don't sacrifice everything who you are as a mom for your kids, because a lot of times your kids is not going to sacrifice their life for you. They will give back and give you a remnants or some things to make sure you're comfortable. But once they go get their own life, those kids are going to go live their life as they so see fit, which they should. But during the meantime, as you're getting them to adulthood to be parents and live their own life, don't deteriorate yourself, right? To the point that by the time they leave, nobody wants you, or you don't want to go do anything else because you're so tired, you're so beat up, your edges done fell out, your hair done grazed so much, you haven't taken care of yourself. By the time you try to date, by the time they leave, you're by yourself. I see this a lot. And when you talk to these women, when I'm talking to them, I did it for my kids. I did it for my kids, and I'll do it again. And a lot of people will fall on that cross, and it's honorable. I'm just saying that you don't have to do everything for your kids.
First off, get your friend. I get on her ass.
Who?
EB.
Bro,
I got that point.
I'm not even reading it. I don't even know what you're talking about. So I'm talking, me and you talking. So let's go.
Cool.
Okay, so
that was out of pocket as hell.
Okay, so I'm not even, bro.
But no, I'm gonna address it because they audience.
Okay.
First off, hell no. My folks did not coddle me one bit. If anything, I'm coming from the approach of not being coddled.
Okay.
My folks told me that plenty of times, but you know what they also did when they said no or said that you can't do something like that? They made it very much clear to me why it was you can't. Why it was that we need to make sure we take care of this on that end. That's why I kept asking necessary over wants. But because hold up, let me finish.
Sure.
My stuff for once weren't mention because you need to handle what's necessary first.
Okay.
When it's on wants, I'm never arguing for a want because a want is optional.
Mhm.
Optional.
Okay.
Necessary is the only one I go for the point of when you're dealing with the child. Again, get out your damn feelings. However you do your own kid is how you do your own kid.
But what's
Which is, hold up.
necessary?
Necessary. This is why you didn't hear me say anything retort with you when you're talking about the house and all that other stuff. But I also looked at that as old mindset because that same thing can be applied to you.
Okay. So what's necessary?
So everybody is getting what is necessary.
Yeah.
That's the only difference I needed to know as far as what we're talking about.
But I'm asking you.
But my thing is, if we're
what is necessary
because
for you?
if we dividing off the two, I think I'm getting mixed up with you guys here.
Okay.
Because I keep asking you guys versus the need and the want. If it's your want versus their need. That's what I'm asking.
And I said my want can supersede your need depending on what your need is.
And that's just my only approach to it where I feel like that's selfish.
So let me ask you a question. So what need?
That's my only approach to it.
Okay.
Whether or not you take the need and you or you take the want, again, that's your own damn decision. I'm not judging that.
Right.
If that's what you feel like you need to do or what your want is, how it supersedes, and that's going to get y'all by, and you still gonna handle your business. You handle your business as the parent of the kid.
Right.
Cool. I'm only viewing that like that because that was never done for me like that.
Right.
They never not had their time to themselves. They never not had the time where they can actually build and have a relationship and a life outside they one son. Because I'm an only child. But when it was towards the wants and the needs out their own mouth, and like I said, this is how I identify with it.
Gotcha.
I, meaning me,
Right.
Cliff.
Right.
I only identify with that because of how I was brought up.
Okay.
I can care less how anybody else go about it in their way. Because if it worked for you, it worked for you. But let's not get out of pocket here. When I hear a necessity versus a want don't mean shit to me.
Okay, and that's where, like I said, I think a lot of people are going with where you at. And I hear what you're saying, but let me ask you this question. Your parents did not owe you an explanation. They gave you one.
They gave me one.
But they didn't owe you one.
No.
You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying?
No. They didn't have to explain anything.
So what I'm saying is, again.
But they made it very much apparent what a necessity was and what a need is versus the want. And that come with putting your kid first in that standpoint. Because if you are putting your kid first to let them know the differences, you don't have to explain no more, especially if you do it right. Then you can actually have these, well, I want this, let me handle this. Or I want this, let me do this. You have that liberty. You took the kid first in that instance. So now you don't have to put them in any other category because you handled your business first with your kid.
But the business is already handled if all those things that I mentioned earlier was
the
covered.
business is not handled if you don't do that, in my opinion. Because you didn't say shit.
I didn't have to say, I showed it.
And that to me is selfish.
No, but bruh, how am I being selfish? If you walk into the house, the water's running, the lights is on, you got cable, you got a cell phone, everything you need is there.
Joe, when you walk in the house and the water is lights and on, that can be applied back.
But I'm saying, how applied back from what? From the kid? How?
Because if I wasn't here, you would do the same thing.
Yeah, but
if I wasn't here, you would do the same thing.
What I'm saying is that you saying that I'm showing you got everything you need.
We got everything we need.
Yes, we have everything. Yes. So,
but if I wasn't here, which I didn't ask to be,
right,
you would still have everything you need.
Yes, but since you are here, now you have everything you need too. So again, what else did you need? I don't need to tell you that. You see it. Because you are here, yes, I'm going to do everything that I need. But because you're here, now you have everything you need. I don't need to tell you that. You see it. So what I need to talk to you about that for? I need to explain to you what, son, I'm paying the mortgage. I'm paying the bills here.
No.
I'm saying, so
you don't have to explain
so I'm saying, as a parent, if I give you everything you need, when you come to me, you're not coming to me for what you need. You're coming to me for what you want. You want to do something.
But if it's no.
Okay.
If it's versus whatever it is they need to get done.
Like what?
I'm not asking if they're versus they're trying to put their want versus your want.
Okay, and
if it's a want versus a want, like I said, my wants don't mean shit to me when I hear it like that because both are optional.
okay,
I'm only saying when the want is versus a need. I'm thinking of any type of need as far as with school related or anything, health related or anything that would be needing. I don't have kids, so I can't pull it out my ass.
but what I'm saying is that's what I'm saying to the parents when they listen to this conversation debate you and I are having, right? Is you're going to have the health insurance, you're going to have the dental insurance, you're going to have the roof over the head with all the amenities. They have everything they need. So when it comes to,
but I do agree with that. But there is a lot of folks when they do hear that, and if you the parent that makes sure all of that is met, just shut up. It's not aimed towards you when I say this. When I'm saying now, but when I'm talking about that, when towards my half, okay, maybe the older crowd ain't got to worry about that because your kids is grown as hell. But towards my crowd, when I hear that, and if any of them was to hear that, they're gonna think, well, damn, all righty, let me make sure when I need to go party and this kid need to go to the freaking hospital, I'm gonna go freaking party. Oh, okay, bet. When I need to go and get whatever it is that I want with these shoes and stuff, they just don't need to eat that day.
But nephew, I think what you misconstrued the whole conversation is.
I'm just saying how I'm taking it.
Okay, but this is why I said you took it wrong.
And that's why I kept saying I think we viewing this wrong.
So let me say this again. I said parents. Okay.
A lot of folks call themselves parents.
No. I said parents. Okay. When I said this, when I started this off, I said, should you put your kids first, parents? And then I went into the thing of what I meant. Okay. I didn't say that I said when a parent needs, I said, as long as your kid, and I did say this, as long as your kid is okay, it's okay for you to do things for yourself. This conversation for me is a lot of women, right, don't do things for themselves, sacrifice themselves for their kids when their kids have everything they need. They do the other things above and beyond. I won't go get my hair done. I won't go get my nail done, but I'm going to go make sure she get that bag or get them shoes or get whatever she needs. And I'm saying, parents, you don't have to do that all the time. It's okay to put yourself first, right? It's okay to do the things for yourself to make sure that you're going to feel good about the things you're doing so you can continue to be who you are and feel beautiful in your skin so you can go out there and have men want you and be a part of society and be a great parent to your kid. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about the no good parents that ain't paying child support, just want to go out there and smoke and have fun. That's
sure. That could even be surface level. Like you said, I'm not going to argue that. You're right. They should be able to do that. You know what I also seen firsthand? Some folks that call themselves parents and go about stuff and choose. Crazy how we make a full circle. The kid is different spectrum. Use your imagination. He's different from his brothers and sisters. She'll go and drop him off at a certain point in the neighborhood for him to walk just so she can drop off her kids in the front of the building because of how it's going to make her look. And now this kid has to walk to school, excluded from the rest, which he already is now, off of a mindset. I need to first think of how I'm going to be looking. I'm only passionate about that because that's not the only story I've seen, even being a substitute for the short time I've been.
Okay, so
I've seen kids have to be in predicaments. Like you said, it's the difference from being a parent versus actually bearing the kid. I'm not arguing with that at all. Okay. They are different.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
But it's a lot of folks that mix the two.
I don't think so.
It is.
I don't think so, bro. I think the parent that's doing what you're saying, or the mom or dad is doing what you're doing, they want to consider themselves parents. No.
I seen a boy come to school with no clean freaking clothes, and when you ask him about it, he my folks just left me out.
Yeah,
they was there clubbing that night.
But again, bro, that's a woman or a man that had a kid. That's not a parent.
Yeah, I'm just taking it from that POV.
I would not allow anybody, and I'm gonna have to back up on you for a minute, bro. I can't even allow you to put that kind of person in the same category as a parent with me. They don't. To me, that's a woman and a man that happen to have a kid that's immature. You're not parents. Parents, they covet their kids. They take care of their kids. Like I said, moms and dads, majority of moms and dads want the best for their kids. The point of this conversation, this debate is that we don't have to give our kids everything and sacrifice ourselves for the things that we want. We can go on that trip. And your kids don't have to always go on every trip.
I agree.
You see what I'm saying? If they want to go do something, like if they want to go somewhere that night with their friends to a party, but you want to go out with your girlfriends, right? And you want to go do something with your girlfriends and you ain't been out in a while and your kids.
Then they can stay home.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's when I say sacrifice, because a lot of parents, a lot of women will allow their kids to continue to do these things because they're kids and they need their time. And I'm saying to women, pause. Yes. Give your kids their freedom. Give your kids the experiences, but also don't lose yourself and just think that you're just a mom. You're also a woman. You're also a person. All I'm telling women is take care of yourself along the way of raising your kids. That's the point of this conversation. Take care of yourself along the way while you're raising your kids to be great people in earth. I mean, great people, once they get ready to leave your house, right? Be productive when they leave. Because a lot of women forget that. You get into this work mode, mommy mode, protective mode, and you want to make sure they got everything they need. And sometimes you don't realize that you're giving way too much from them. And sometimes, man, your kid's not even grateful for what you're doing for them because they think you have it to do. You're supposed to do it, right? And some kids look back at your parents and they crap on you at the end of the day. And you look back at them like, I can't believe you don't know the sacrifices I made so you could have that Girl Scout uniform, so you could be on that basketball team, or so you can go do these things that you stopped doing or you didn't even finish.
But at that point, that's an ungrateful kid.
Right. But again, not knocking it. All I'm saying to women, think about yourself when you're making decisions for your kids. Your kids should not never have to go without the necessities of life, unless it's just that situation for both of y'all. Now, a parent, if there's food on the table, it's only food for one person, and there's two of y'all in the room, who gets the food? Your kid. It's only enough water for one bath in the for y'all. It's you and the kid. Who gets the bath? Your kid. That's not putting your kids first. That's being a parent. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do. Putting your kid first is, okay, I'm going to sacrifice my hair, my nails, my car note. I'm gonna pay half on the I'm gonna pay half on the mortgage this month so I can make sure that he or she gets what she needs to go do this, and this. No, sometimes that don't need to happen. Make sure you take care of yourself, so in the long run that you're going to be okay when they leave. And sometimes you have to take care of yourself, so you just need to take care of yourself, and your kids going to have to understand that. Period. Right? Kids don't always have to come first. I'm not talking about bad parenting. I'm not talking about parents who do wrong things or don't live up to the standards of being a good mom and a good dad. But I'm talking about the good moms and the good dads that care about their kids, and you try to give your kids everything. And you don't need to. Take care of your kids, right? But the one part that they miss, the pair of shoes they didn't get, the extra weave that they didn't get in their hair, so you can go get your nails done, right? And they only get a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? Because what has happened in society, America, to me, nephew, is that we have a lot of ungrateful kids out here nowadays.
Because they got everything they wanted.
I see little girls, man, and little boys right now, bro, got on stuff that I can't even afford. And then when I look at their home, their mom and daddy can't really afford it either. Yeah. But they have it, right? Mom and dad is making them be societal acceptive. And I think that's a mistake to a point.
They think that. I think most of them probably think they making their kids stand out so they can be the non-societal norms. But
whatever that may be, bro, when I'm in these schools, bro, like I said, these kids have things that I got the money to go buy that I wouldn't even go buy for myself. And I know they're going to outgrow these things, but they got them. Right. They got cell phones, bro, that, some of these cell phones and devices morph the devices that I have. And I'm like, and they're not even taking care of them.
Worth
You know what I'm
like
saying?
5-6 car payments.
Yeah, exactly. So you got these expensive things, but you don't have a job. And then when I look at you and I look at how you're conducting yourself and how your grades are, right? You don't even really, you haven't earned these things, right?
But
Go ahead.
and I agree with you.
Mhm.
That's the only difference is that I will not ever defend.
Mhm.
You doing this because you want, and you doing this because they want. It's neither anything that y'all needed.
Right.
And I guess that'd be just the biggest part that I'm on. Because I'm not disagreeing with nothing you said. You're saying facts. I even told when I was in high school, I was like, yo, I'm old enough, mama, you can chill. I'm gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Because she had that habit, just like how you were saying. I need to make sure you straight. I'm finna yada. I'm gonna make sure it isn't. I'm like, yo, chill. I'm straight. Right. Everything taken care of. If you want to head out, I'm not 10.
Right.
And even when I was 10, I'm like, I'm straight then.
Right.
You feel me? You can go and handle your business. My dad, I had to tell him he with my car.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know I had to fix my own car. Mm-hmm. He wants to help. And I'm like, yo, I don't want to. That's not what I'm asking of you because I feel like I can handle it. Right. You know, but they in that habit. Right. So I'm never going to, you know what I mean, bash that in complete. That's why I say I leave it to the parent. Right. That's the only thing with that. But when I hear want versus a need, that's where I get that point because they made it very much apparent. Oh, you want this game right here? Well, you know what comes with this. Yeah. And you're right. They didn't have to explain that at all. But them taking that time to put me first in that instance helped me understand it so much better to where I get it before I even have to ask. I already had the mindset I need to earn it. I already had the mindset I need to build up to get it.
But that comes with your parents being good parents day one. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
When they did what they did, they were good parents day one. So they raised a young man that understood the sacrifices. They, you know what I'm saying? They took the time. Even though me and my parents, we don't talk. But my parents raised me and they did a damn good job. You know what I mean? They made sure I knew right from wrong. They made sure I wasn't going to get in trouble. They made sure we had, I would always say, as a kid, I never wanted for anything. I didn't have everything I wanted.
But you got everything
that I needed. I didn't want them beans all the time in the cornbread. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we got.
But you had to eat it,
right? You know what I'm saying? I didn't want the shoes that I wanted. I only got one pair of shoes that I wanted, and when I was growing up, and it was some Converse, some Dr. J's.
I got mine once a year,
right? And I cherish those things too. You know what I'm saying? Because my parents didn't have a lot of money, but they had money. You know what I'm saying? They had blue collar jobs. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let me say that again. My parents had blue collar jobs. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a lot at the end of the day that they could do with the money that they had with two boys.
Yeah.
But with what they had, you would have thought we were rich. We didn't know we were poor. You know what I'm saying? And I can't say I was poor. I think it was middle class considered when I was growing up in the 70s and 80s, right? Because we had a house. My father made sure that he didn't want us growing up in the project. So he put himself in position and he put us in a house, right? He said, I wanted my family to be in a house. And I've never lived. I lived in an apartment when I was under 5. I think I lived in an apartment when I was like 2 or 3 years old.
Wait. Okay. Oh, wait. With your folks?
Yeah, my parents.
Okay.
I was like 2 or 3 years old when I lived in an apartment, right?
Like you got your own spot at 3 and 5.
Okay. I probably was trying though, but no. No, when I was 2 or 3 years old, I was in apartments. I always lived in a house with a mortgage on it from the age of, I guess, 4 on up. My dad always had a house.
I had to do this to you.
What?
But we gonna have to rough stop this on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Instagram. We hit our limit. We will hear from you guys later. Please like and share the video. We will see you guys tomorrow.